And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 2 on Next at 3.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Cheers, Lisa. Thank you, Jer. Cheese rolling. Yeah, we've gone beyond it now. I've got your bruv on later. Today, Wednesday, 24th of January, 2018, and live till 5. It's the big show. Steve Wright in the afternoon. Hello.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere.
Tell me what you really like. Baby, I can take my time. We don't ever have to fight. Just take it step by step. I can see it in your eyes. They never tell me lies. I can feel that body shake and the heat between your. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run. I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. Not the single type, so baby, this the perfect time. I'm just trying to get you, I'm just trying to be faded off this touch. You don't need a lonely night, so baby, I can make it right. You just gotta let me try to give you what you want. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run, I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run, I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me.
Sometimes they just don't need people on pop records anymore. Just machines.
What you feel like feeling, I feel it coming.
I feel it coming. The Weekend Daft Punk, I feel it coming. Wednesday afternoon then. How are you? I know, it's a bit of a grey day here. And you? Yeah. We're the cheer up boys though, don't worry about it. Hands up if you're eating rubbish food because you're in a bad mood. I know. Easily done, you've got to stop that. Hands up if you've got a new haircut after a breakup. People do that. Hands up for no carbs whatsoever. Got my hand up. Yeah, Rolling Stones.
dog. People think I'm crazy. Stuffing on my feet, shuffling to the street, asking people, what's the matter with you, boy? Sometimes I want to say to myself, sometimes I say,
well, I miss you. The Rolling Stones, I miss you. You could get yourself a shout out. You can email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. That's steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. You can text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Say anything you like. Mr. President.
Sure, I eat a lot of burgers.
Yeah.
Many, many burgers. Ronald McDonald is a personal friend of mine, although he is a bit of a clown.
Hello? Hello? Let me in!
Saturday nights
2 hours of unbridled joy.
with Lisa Tarbuck.
Alan Williams says another eclectic mix of great music. Just doing my job, sir. Did you hear about the announcement at the recent Swiss National Yodeling Championships, Lisa? Would all the contestants form an orderly queue? I didn't even know I could yodel.
Lisa Tarbuck.
In my mind, I'm a sensible BBC broadcaster.
Yeah.
But my mouth.
Saturday nights from 6.
Now, for everyone who's in the mood for a sing-along, have this.
Radio 2.
Comedy Goddess.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Radio 2.
More wind and rain with the odd clear spell. The best of any sunshine will be across northern Scotland, I believe. A high of 14 in Hounslow today. Tonight, not as windy tonight, with some rain, with the heaviest expected across Northern Ireland and Western Scotland. Lights on tonight: Edinburgh 429, Manchester 436, Gloucester 443 and Cardiff 448.
5 till 5. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
The most moist, flaky fish bought at the fishmongers. That's hake news. Always know your place. That's a fish, too.
Hake news. Good afternoon from the big show.
Walk out, girl, don't you walk out. We got things to say. Talk out, let's have it talked out and things will be okay. Girl, I don't wanna fight. I'm a little bit alone.
news this afternoon. Elton John is to make an announcement about his future career at a press conference from YouTube HQ today at 6 p.m. our time. The star is expected to reveal plans for a new venture after his Las Vegas residency ends in May after 6 years. W.H. Smith's high street sales have continued to fall, but the bookseller and stationer has had another rise in sales at its travel outlets. And a fresh round of talks aimed at restoring devolution in Northern Ireland is starting today. The new Secretary of State, Karen Bradley, will hold individual meetings with the five men parties.
This is Jeremy Vine, a woman in Bridgewater, Somerset.
Main parties.
She can eat 7 rolls of sellotape a day. What's behind this West Country trend? Will she come to a sticky end? Sorry for the pun. And when will this silly practice be wrapped up? And will she be bound over? If you've been eating sellotape or worse, gaffer tape, oh no. Call now and please be aware that none of this is real. The number 0042 6 balloons. You don't still use a map, do you? You muppet.co.uk/catcher in the ride 274766. Never charge a book by its cover.
This is where.
Didn't quite catch that.
This is where the bottle lands, where all the biggest questions meet. Little feet stood in the sand, and this is where the echoes slow to nothing on the tide, and where a tiny pair of hands finds a sea-warm piece of glass and sets it as a sapphire in her mind. She stands, throwing both her arms around the world. A world that doesn't even know how much it needs this little girl. It's all gonna be magnificent, she said. Light your mother's cigarettes, and I got to touch her hand, and my heart, they're defrosting it again. Wasn't built to beat that way. Suddenly I understand.
Gonna be magnificent. Email us for a shout out, steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. This is Radio 2 Look. Great little show. Any chance you could give me a birthday shout out, celebrating my 21st birthday for the 21st time? Stuck at work. That's Raggy in Chesterfield in Derbyshire. Stephen Team Gale Force out there, so snug in my office with a cup of tea, listening to you. Can you give me an afternoon shout out to keep me on my toes? Laugh out loud. Thank you, Jules. And can you give everyone here at Kirk UK a big shout out and mention to my colleague Nicola Martin, who today is impossible to deal with, as she's more than a tad excited about collecting her new horse, Freddo, immediately after work. That's Dave Atkinson. You got it. Calm down, Nicola. just tell you, it's only pretend. From Arnorama, Love in the First Degree at Radio 2. Let's see what's occurring. Well, today's show is all about stand-ups and comedians. It's Stand-Ups Day, in fact, with Shazia Mirza, Tom Allen and Tim Vine.
So I was working in a health food shop. This bloke walked in. He said, "Evening, Primrose Oil." I said, "Mr. Vine to you." He said, "Soya chunks." I said, "You should have been looking."
So we got Tim Vine, Shazia Mirza and Tom Allen. Tim Smith, Bobby Pryor, Lisa Costello, Matt the Sports Guy and the Oldies chosen by Sarah O'Neill from Grantham in Lincolnshire.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Great got a star. Every inch of skin's got a scar. I guess you got everything now. And every inch of space in your head is filled up with the things that you read. I guess you got everything now. And every film that you've ever seen fills the spaces up in your dreams. That reminds me. Everything now. Every inch of road's got a sign, and every boy uses the same line. I pledge allegiance to everything now. And every song that I've ever heard is playing at the same time. It's absurd, and it reminds me of everything now. Speakers up till they break. 'Cause every time you smile, it's a fake. Stop pretending you got everything now. I need it, I want it. I can't live without it. I can't live without it. Everything now. Daddy, how come you're never around? I miss you, everything now. Mama, leave the food on the stove. Leave your car in the middle of the road. This happy family with everything now. We'll turn the speakers up till they break. 'Cause every time you smile, it's a fake. Stop pretending you got everything now. I need it, everything now. I want it. I can't live without it. I can't live without it. I need it. I want it. I can't live without it. I can't live without it. I can't live. And every room in my house is filled with it. I couldn't live without it. I need it. I can't live without it. I can't live.
Arcade Fire, Everything Now at Radio 2.
Still was something I'll never start. The ashes of everything now. And then the black again. Can't make it back again. From everything now. When you feel the world around you spinning out of control, you can find someone around you
Moon, taxi.
Hi, this is Macca. Email the big show at steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. He reads it, and then I'll come up with a song based on your email.
In 2014, she won the world's biggest song contest.
The winner is Conchita Wurst. Conchita Wurst.
And next month, Conchita is coming to the UK with her spectacular orchestral show for the first time. Tickets are available now. Conchita will be presenting her favourite diva hits, performed with the BBC Concert Orchestra and her own rock band. To buy your tickets, go to the BBC Radio 2 website. BBC Radio 2 presents Conchita on Sunday the 25th of February.
Drop top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing. Bossed up and I changed the game. It's my big bronze boogie, got all them girls shook. My big fat got all them boys cooked. We're from dollar bills, now we popping rubber bands. Bruno sang to me while I do my money dance like, hey. Flexing on the gram like, hey. Hit the Lil Jon, okay. Oh yeah, we dripping the finesse and getting paid.
Ooh, don't we look good together? There's a reason why they watch all night long. Yeah, I know we'll turn heads forever. So tonight I'm gonna show you off. When I walk with you, I watch the whole room change. Baby, that's what you do. No, my baby don't play. Blame it on my confidence. I'm blaming on your measurements. Shut the shit down on sight. That's right. Hey, I hit dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit dripping in finesse. You know it, you know. I hit dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit dripping in finesse. You know it, you know it. Now slow it down for me, baby. 'Cause I love the way it feels when we grind. Yeah, our connection's so magnetic on the floor. Nothing can stop us tonight. We're now walking with you. I watch the whole room change. Baby, that's what you do. No, my baby don't play. Blame it on my confidence. I'm blaming on your measurements. Shut the shit down on sight. That's right. Hey, I hit dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit dripping in finesse. You know it, you know. I hit dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit dripping in finesse. You know it, you know it. Fellas, grab your ladies if your lady fine. Tell her she don't want for life.
We love Bruno Mars. That's Bruno Mars, Cardi B. Finesse remix. Everything Bruno Mars has ever done, I've adored.
Yeah, we got it going on, got it going on. Don't it feel so good to be us? Yeah, we got it going on, got it going on. Yeah, girl, we got it going on. Yeah, we got it going on, got it.
He's a 30-day bundle, isn't he? It's just like a bundle of energy.
Yeah, we got it going on, got it going on.
Dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense.
Hello, Mr. Wright. Hello. Can you do us a shout out to Roger and Simon decorating down in sunny Devon? Sunny Devon, really? Always listen and sing along to the Fab Show. Cheers, Roger the decorator. Thank you, Rog. Steve, any chance of a shout out for me and Jenny Downey, please? We both work for Febland Group, and your show is helping us get through the long wait in the NEC car park. Been here since 11 a.m. waiting for the trade furniture show to finish. Cheers, fella. That's from Richie. I'd like to bring bring on Bobby Pryor and Tim Smith, and we'd like to do some factoids. Let's go straight to Bobby. What you got?
The only painting sold by Vincent van Gogh, or Gough, however you like it, in his lifetime was The Red Vineyard, which was bought by the Belgian artist Anna Bosch.
Oh, if you're afraid of being killed by animals, stay away from Montana, USA. Montana, USA is the most dangerous state when it comes to deadly animals. 1 in 674,000 Montanans will meet their death by animal.
The world's longest non-militarised international border runs between Canada and the United States. That border is 5,525 miles long.
Bobby Pryor.
The Dutch are the tallest people in the world. Scientists say it's because of their DNA, nutrition and welfare.
Oh, here's a flight tip every fly should follow. Never, ever, ever eat directly off the tray table on a flight. Flight attendants are witnesses to some horror stories, like people changing their nappy and cutting their toenails on them.
Factoids.
First aid kit.
I could have swore I saw fireworks from your house last night. As the lights flickered and they failed, I had it all figured out. Why do I do this to fool myself every time? I know the way it ends before it's even begun. I am the only one at the finish line. I took a trip out to the frozen lake, and you felt so far away, but I could feel it washing over me. There's no escaping the harsh light of day. Why do I do this to myself every time? I know the way it ends before it's even begun. I am the only one at the finish stood out on that beach in Chicago, woke up next to you on Silver Lake Avenue. Wherever I went, I always knew to love you didn't know. Why do I do this to myself every time? I know the way it ends before it's even begun. I am the only one at the finish line.
Now, the Renewable UK Health and Safety Conference and Exhibition is on in Glasgow. The 2-day Hydrogen and Fuel Cells Energy Summit has started in Brussels. Of course, Davos is also on today. That's not, the Gunji Dalek.
He was the baddie in Doctor Who, wasn't
That's
he?
Davros.
Oh, Davros, sorry. He was half man, half Dalek.
Yeah, he was a Gunji Dalek, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was good. I liked him.
Anyway, we've digressed. I think Trump arrives there tomorrow, and so does the Prime Minister. The Hall of Heavy Metal History induction ceremony will be happening later in California. California with honorees including Bill Ward and Black Sabbath. The Florida Citrus Show starts today. The Milwaukee Boat Show and Houston Auto Show both start today. In London, Vault Festival. That started. It runs until March 18th with over 150 arts and entertainment events held in an abandoned network of tunnels near Waterloo Station. Oh, I love it down there. You've been down there?
No, not. Where is it? Just by the station, just behind it?
Near Waterloo Station.
No, but just behind it. Or is it towards the river?
It's just in front of it, almost.
What, and you're just allowed to go in them and have a wander around?
Yeah, they have all kinds of entertainment down there in London.
Do they? Oh, all right.
Anyway, the 47th International Film Festival Rotterdam has opened today in Holland with guests including Armando Iannucci and Charlotte Rampling. Odd combination. Tonight's semi-final second leg League Cup match, Arsenal play Chelsea. And tonight's Scottish Premiership matches include Dundee play Hibs, Hamilton play Hearts, Kilmarnock play St Johnstone, Motherwell play Ross County, and Rangers play Aberdeen. Happy birthday, Vic Reeves.
I was Davy Stott first before Donald Stott was introduced.
Yes.
And I had a kilt on because it was Davy Stott and his dancing bot. And what it was, I had 2 footballs on sticks, and to display them dancing, I thought it was best to do it within a kilt.
But that doesn't explain the pointy shoes.
The pointy shoes and the wigs was just what was hanging around at the time, which is where most characters come from.
I know. And when you end up doing them, you think, I can't think of the rhyme or reason. But that actually is a rhyme or reason for doing them. If you can't think of what they're all about, they're worth doing, right?
Yeah, bingo, yeah.
And also Jules Holland.
When I was about 8, when I first played the piano, I used to see Gideon's Way on the television and think, right, that's it, I want a Wolseley, I'm going to be Commander Gideon of the yard, I'm going to put that bell on, and I'm going to be screeching around London and jumping out the car with my Macintosh and my Trilby.
What about Inspector Lockhart? He was around at the time, wasn't he?
Him as well. There's no hiding place.
Yeah, no hiding place.
Well, I quite like being Edgar Luscott and just behind a desk.
Edgar Luscott. You're too young, both of you. UK unemployment fell by 3,000 to 1.44 million in the 3 months to November. And they're talking today in the news about the growing problem of addiction to prescription drugs. Public Health England is launching a review into the growing problem of prescription drug addiction. NHS data suggests 1 in every 11 patients in England is being prescribed medication that could be addictive or difficult to come off. That includes sedatives, painkillers and antidepressants. Steve Wright in the afternoon, big show on the air, and here's Bobby Pryor. What you got?
Researchers have found that intelligence is mostly in our genes. A team led by University of Edinburgh scientists took blood and saliva samples from around 20,000 people. So that's quite a lot, isn't it? Aged between 18 to 99 to examine their DNA. Now, the genes were compared with their performance in general intelligence tests and in tests of vocabulary and memory and mental processing. Now, the researchers found that 54% of the difference in intelligence between people is written in the genes.
Yeah.
So basically, it's your mum and dad's fault.
Have you ever had a genetic reading?
No, I haven't, but I'd quite like to have that done, wouldn't you? Just to see a bit more about yourself and what it might mean.
But it's that argument, isn't it? And nature and nurture, because of course other things have an impact, you know, environmental issues. But they are saying that previous studies have suggested that 30% of someone's intelligence was inherited. So that does change things. It ramps it from 30% to 54% that your intelligence is in your genes.
Yes, but you know, it's interesting because sometimes people take after 2 generations back. You know, sometimes when you see a baby, say, oh, he looks like his granddad. Oh, he looks like his great-granddad. So now maybe genetically that might also be the case.
And it's also the thing, isn't it? How do we get the best out of ourselves depending on our genes? Because one size doesn't fit all, does it?
Especially when it comes to genes.
I so gave that to you.
Oh, you really did, yeah.
Boom.
It's stand-up day today, interestingly enough, with Tim Vine, Shazia Mirza and Tom Allen, here to make us laugh and to big up their tours as well. And like that, really, you're on the big show.
Hold tight, my love, I'm stealing you away. There you were across the room. You were speaking without words, you had so much to say. Feels good, feels right, let's do this our own way. Now it's just the two of us. We've got nothing to lose and no one's in our way. If they could see the way you smile at me, how could I ever let you go? Your gypsy heart will set you free. Let's dance
upon the Spanish Sea. Close your eyes and come with me. Let's savor tonight and feel the golden flames. Tell me where the harm is done. Let's throw away the rules and wash our sins away. Let's run through the fire like children at play. We're not children anymore. We only got one life, so let's live it. Wish I could see the way you smile at me. How could I ever let you go? Your gypsy heart will set you free. Let's dance upon the Spanish Sea. Darling, close your eyes and come with me.
You're listening to Africa Part 2. It's Toto. Spanish Sea. Right, you got a shout out to us on a windy A66 travelling from Newton Stewart, Scotland to Newark-on-Trent from Julie Peck and Roger Archer. We're back with Bobby now. What's happening?
Steve, thank you. First of all, the Dornot Bridge route. So it's still closed, the A9, because of an accident on the bridge itself in the Highlands. Also, the Tay and Keswick bridges are closed to high-sided vehicles. It's too windy if you're driving one of those on those routes. You're going to have to find another way. The M62 eastbound, 29 to 30, which is Lofthouse to Rothwell. We've got 3 lanes closed on the eastbound carriageway following an accident. The A14 Orwell Bridge has reopened. It was closed because of the strong winds, but that's now reopened. The M5 southbound breakdown between 5 and 6 down towards Worcester. M11 southbound 6 to 5 down towards Loughton. Car fire, 2 lanes are shut. The A329 at Reading is still closed because of the flooding. So the A329 shut between Kings Meadow and Forby Road. The M4 westbound, all lanes open 10 to 11. There was an accident towards Reading. To Bristol, the A4 has reopened. Well, at Clifton, there was an incident which closed the A4 completely at Brunel Way. That is now open. But Devon, Higher Clavelly, the A39 route is closed still. There's an accident between Higher Clavelly and Dipper Lane at Kilcampton. Still shut both ways. Back with more 40 minutes.
Thanks, Bobby.
Hi, it's me, Jeremy Vine. Don't forget to email Steve at steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. You must text 88291 and you could tweet at BBC Radio 2.
I'll always love you. I promise to always love you. 'Cause I think the whole world of you, and you can't change that. No, no. There's nothing you can do or say. I thought about this for many a day, and my mind's made up to feel this way, and you can't change that. 'Cause you're the only one I love, and you can't change that. You're the only one I need. Change that. You're the one I love. You're the only one I love. And you can't change that. You're the only one I need. And you can't change that. Now you can try if you want to. You can change your telephone number. And you can change your address too. But you can't stop me from loving you. No, you can't change that. No, no. You can change the color of your hair, and you can change the clothes you wear, but you never change the way I care. No, you can't change that. 'Cause you're the only one I love, and you can't change that. You're the one I love. You're the change that. You're the one. Now you can change your telephone number, and you can change your address too. But you can't stop me from loving you. No, you can't change that. 'Cause you're the only one I love, and you can't change that. You're the one I love. You're the only one I need, and you can't change that. I need you, baby. You're the only one I love, and you can't change that. You may change a dollar bill. You're the only one. But let me tell you one thing. You won't change the way
I can't change that, mate. It's a Bitcoin.
If your story is about a flying car, but you can't get it off the ground, or if it's about the world's fastest train that's yet to get on track,
500 words!
then step inside our story writing workshop.
We are brimming with tips and advice to help you create your own amazing story.
If your story inventors need help engineering the perfect plot,
one way to start a story is to mix and mash two ideas that don't usually go together.
then our 500 words live lesson has all the tools you need. Watch it now and find out how to enter at bbc.co.uk/500 words. And remember, the deadline for entries is the 22nd of February.
So get inventing.
Cheers, Chris, bro.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. BBC Radio 2.
Love the trim phone thing this morning.
The Big Show.
Now, just so that Tim can get a really good joke in, a road on the Wales-England border was closed after a lorry overturned and shed its load of cheese. It's now reopened, of course. The A5 southbound had been shut between the A483 Halton roundabout in Chirk near Wrexham and the B5070 Gledrid roundabout in Oswestry. And here's Tim's joke.
Well, drive carefully, because it was a Welsh cheese, wasn't it?
Carefully. Drive carefully.
But it might have been a cheddar being imported into Wales, mightn't it? Not a Caerphilly exported.
I see,
Yeah.
And you know Edam's made backwards, don't you?
Yeah. IKEA Group boss Jasper Brodin has told the BBC that the company pays its fair share of tax worldwide. The flat pack furniture retailer, which has more than 360 stores, paid 25% tax last year, Mr. Brodin said today. In the anniversaries today, let's do a few here. Ernest Borgnine then, Bobby.
Piano player.
No, think actor.
Ironside. He played Ironside?
No.
No?
No, he didn't, no.
Do you know, Tim?
I was once stood outside this building, Wogan House, with a producer called Alan Boyd, and we were stood there talking, and we went, that's Ernest Borgnine. The Ernest Borgnine. And he was waiting for a cab to pick him up, and he came over and started talking to us. Fantastic actor.
Yeah.
Sadly no longer with us. He's been on this show. He won an Oscar for...
Hang on, you tell us who he is.
He was notoriously kind of looked a bit bulldoggy. That was his thing. He wasn't brilliant looking.
Okay, yeah, but who was he?
Oh, he's an actor.
I know, but give me a character.
He played the bullying sergeant in From Here to Eternity with Frank Sinatra. He also won an actor for, not Marnie, was it something else? And I can't remember what it was called. He was
I'm going to
in
move
The
on while
Wild
they're
Bunch.
talking. Neil Diamond, we know who that is, of course. And Natasha Kinski.
An actress, of course, yeah. Klaus Kinski's daughter.
Hadrian.
Hadrian built a wall up in Scotland. He was a Roman.
All by himself.
Yeah. The names of the 6 acts and songs that will compete to be the UK's 2018 Eurovision entry have been announced, and they are Asanda, Legends, Goldston, I Feel the Love. These are the names of the songs, obviously. Jazz Ellington, You, Liam Tamney, Astronaut, Raya, Crazy, and Suri Storm. Ken Bruce played Asanda, Legends, and Goldston, I Feel the Love on his programme earlier today, and he'll play another 2 songs tomorrow and then 2 more on Friday. Now, before we go on, do you remember what last year's winner was? Who was last year's winner? Eurovision Song Contest.
I have absolutely no idea. I can't even remember where it was. Was it in Switzerland last year or Finland? Maybe Ukraine?
It was in Ukraine, yeah, you're right, Ukraine. And it was won by Amar Pelas Dois. Was the song, that's English for Love You Both, by Portuguese singer Salvador Sobral. Oh, he sounds like a smasher, doesn't he? Sounds good, don't he?
Yeah.
What I love
Yeah.
about Eurovision, doesn't matter who's on, it doesn't really matter about the performers. I tune into Ken and Graham Norton at the same time.
Yeah.
And you listen to both of them, and they are hilarious and
know.
informative as well.
Yeah.
And they both kind of give a different commentary on those
I think
two.
you'll find both of them deliver an ironic commentary, just in the style that Terry used to.
I think you're absolutely right,
Which
yes.
we love. Okay, Wednesday, 7th of February, you get to have your say on which song is chosen to represent the UK during Eurovision You Decide 2018. Eurovision You Decide 2018, hosted by Mel Gidroich and 2015 Eurovision winner Mans Zermerlo at the Brighton Dome. It's going to be live on BBC Two, and all 6 acts will perform their song before the vote opens. Like last year, the winner of Eurovision You Decide 2018 will be chosen by a 50-50 combination of your votes and the votes of the music industry professional jury. And then the 63rd Eurovision Song Contest final will be held in Lisbon, Portugal on the 12th of May, and will of course be live on BBC One and here on Radio 2. So now you're up to date on that. We got Tim Vine and Shazia Mirza and Tom Allen on with us later. It's Comedians Day on The Big Show.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Radio 2. I'm no professional dancer. Baby, I ain't no Michael Jackson. But I would learn any move, get with any groove, just to dance with you. I'll let my feet do the talking. I'm better off when I'm walking. Show you what I can do, and you know it's true when I dance with you. Give me your hand. I'll be who I am. I know Michael Jackson, but give me one chance to dance. Give me one chance to dance. Give me one chance to dance. I'm no professional dancer. Baby, give me your answer. I practice every day. Don't care what record plays when I dance with you. You take the lead and I'll follow. I'll take my pride and I'll swallow. May not have jagged moves, but I ain't gonna lose when I dance with you. Give me your hand. I'll be who I am. I know Michael Jackson, but give me one chance to dance. Give me one chance to dance. Give me one chance to dance. And if I fall to my knees, I won't crumble and freeze. I'll pick myself up and I'll try it again and again until you see. I'll take you by the hand. Just listen to me. Oh, baby, if you could just give me a half of a chance to make you understand. I know exactly who I am. I know Michael Jackson. But give me one chance to dance. Give me one chance to dance. Give me one chance.
He's a very naughty boy.
I know.
With Joe Jonas, One Chance to Dance.
Give me one chance to dance.
Can you give my dad, Kerry Brinning, an afternoon shout out as he drives to sunny Newport to continue our work day? I'm hoping a shout out may swing me an early finish. That's Johnny in Cardiff. Hope so. rolling up to news now. When we come back, the oldies chosen by Sarah O'Neill from Grantham in Lincolnshire.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Lisa Costello. Downing Street says the Prime Minister was uncomfortable reading reports of sexual harassment at a men-only fundraising gala at the Dorchester Hotel in London. 2 children's hospitals, including Great Ormond Street, are to return all money raised at the dinner after an undercover reporter from the Financial Times said hostesses were groped and propositioned. The Labour MP for Birmingham Yardley, Jess Phillips, has described what's said to have happened as disgraceful.
I'm horrified, obviously, sort of tired as well. I'm tired of having to continually say it's 2018 and it's totally unacceptable that women should be hired in as a herd to entertain a group of entitled rich men.
A man has admitted killing his 7-year-old daughter at their home in Wimbledon in southwest London. Robert Peters, who's 55 and an antiques dealer, is alleged to have strangled Sophia last November. He denies murder but pleaded guilty to manslaughter on the grounds of diminished responsibility. The European Commission has fined the US technology company Qualcomm for breaking competition law. The firm paid the technology giant Apple not to buy computer chips for its phones and tablets from other suppliers. Here's our business correspondent, Theo Leggett.
Qualcomm is a major manufacturer of chips for mobile devices. However, it faces competition from rivals such as Intel. In 2011, it signed an agreement with Apple, under which it would pay substantial sums to be the exclusive supplier of chips for iPhones and iPads. And the Commission says it was a material factor in Apple's decision not to buy chips from Intel during that period. Qualcomm argued that the payments would not harm competition, but the regulator decided it had abused its market power and fined the company £875 million.
The charity Save the Children has suspended its operations in Afghanistan after an attack on its offices in the eastern city of Jalalabad. At least 2 people have been killed and more than 15 others injured. The Islamic State group says it's behind the attack. The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has challenged Theresa May to say whether she'll give the NHS additional funding. The Foreign Secretary, Boris Johnson, lobbied for increased spending on the health service at yesterday's meeting of the Cabinet. Speaking at Prime Minister's questions, Mr Corbyn said Mrs May was overseeing the death by 1,000 cuts of the NHS.
Prime Minister is frankly in denial about the state of the NHS. Even the absent Foreign Secretary recognises it, but the Prime Minister isn't listening. People using the NHS can see from their own experience it's being starved of resources. People are dying unnecessarily in the back of ambulances and in hospital corridors.
Mrs May said the government was already putting more money into the NHS. The Pope has released a message condemning the evil of fake news. He said it was leading to more arrogance and hatred, but Pope Francis said it could be overcome by journalism that sought the truth and promoted deeper understanding. BBC News at 3:03. Our next at 4.
Thank you, Lisa. More wind and rain with the odd clear spell. The best of any sunshine will be across northern Scotland this afternoon. High of 14 in Hounslow. Tonight, not as windy, with some rain, with the heaviest expected across Northern Ireland and Western Scotland. These are the non-stop oldies on Radio 2.
I got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on you. Got my mind set on you. But it's gonna take money, a whole lot of spending money. It's gonna take plenty of money to do it right, child. It's gonna take time, whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it, 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 to do it right, child. I got my mind set on you. 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 And this time I know it's real, the feeling that I feel. I know if I put my mind to it, I know that I really can do it. I got my mind set on you, set on you. I got my mind set on you, set on you. But it's gonna take money, whole lot of spending money. It's gonna take plenty of money to do it right, child. It's gonna take time, whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it, 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 to do it right. I got my mind set on you. 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 And this time I know it's real, the feelings that I feel. I know if I put my mind to it, I know that I really can do it. But it's gonna take money, a whole lot of spending money. It's gonna take plenty of money to do it right, child. It's gonna take a time, a whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it, 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 to do it right.
I got my mind set on you. These oldies chosen by Sarah O'Neill from Grantham in Lincolnshire. Stephen Team, I'm approaching a special birthday. It ends in a 0 and it has a 4 in front of it. No, still not got it. Despite my age, I remain a spinster of the parish. So I have there's no shout out to a significant other. I see. I like the way you spell shout out, by the way, in a London stylee like myself. I haven't even got a cat, but that's because I'm allergic. This is great. Over my years, I've racked up a few interesting jobs. I was a gusset stitcher in a knicker factory. Were you really? I worked at Butlins as a barmaid and I found myself on military bases across the UK and Germany making bacon butties for our service personnel. Now I work for a company that runs the facilities management of prison buildings, so I get to meet some interesting people. I enjoy motorsport, and I've been to a few F1 races too. I was at the Belgian GP last year and got horribly lost in the Ardennes forest. Everyone does. My taste in music is somewhat eclectic. I'm a sucker for a power ballad or a 90s boy band, but anything in between still keeps my attention.
Till
from Grantham in Lincolnshire is picking these non-stop oldies: Billy Joel, Uptown Girl, and Elvis in the Building.
We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see what you're doing to me when you don't believe a word I say? We can't go on together with suspicious minds, and we can build our dreams on suspicious minds. So if an old friend I know stops by to say hello, would I still see suspicion in your eyes? Here we go again, asking where I've been. You can't see the tears are real, I'm crying. Yes, I'm crying. We can't go on together with suspicious minds, and we can build our dreams on suspicious minds. Won't let our love survive, or dry the tears from your eyes. Let's don't let a good thing die. When honey, you know I've never lied to you. Yeah, yeah. We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see what you're doing to me when you don't believe a word I say? Don't you know I'm caught in a trap? I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Don't you know I'm caught in a trap? I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Don't you know I'm caught in a trap? I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Don't you know I'm caught in a trap? I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Don't you know I'm
Every day, somebody, you, do the oldies playlist from 3 o'clock until around 3:30. Elvis Presley, Suspicious Minds. And today's done by Sarah O'Neill from Grantham in Lincolnshire.
It's hit after hit, the non-stop
We're loving these.
every day.
A love-struck Romeo sing the streets a serenade, laying everybody low with a love song that he made. Find the streetlight, steps out of the shade, says something like, "You and me, babe, how about it?" Juliet says, hey, it's Romeo. He nearly gave me a heart attack. He's underneath the window. She's singing, Leila, my boyfriend's back. You shouldn't come around here singing up at people like that. Anyway, what you gonna do about it? Juliet, the dice was loaded from the start, and I bet, and you exploded into my heart, and I forget the movie song. When you're gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet. Come up on different streets, they both were streets of shame. Both dirty, both mean, yes, and the dream was just the same. And I dreamed your dream for you, and now your dream is real. How can you look at me as if I was just another one of your deals? When you can fall for chains of silver, you can fall for chains of gold. You can fall for pretty strangers, and the promises they hold. You promised me everything, you promised me thick and thin, yeah. Now you just say, oh, Romeo, yeah. You know, I used to have a scene with him. Juliet, when we made love, you used to cry. You said, I love you like the stars above. I love you till I die. There's a place for us. You're not a movie song. When you're gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet. Can't do the talks like the talk on the TV, and I can't do a love song like the way it's meant to be. I can't do everything, but I'll do anything for you. I can't do anything except be in love with you. And all I do is miss you, and the way we used to be. All I do is keep the beat, bad company, and all I do is kiss you through the bars of a rhyme. Julie, I do the stars with you anytime. Juliet, when we made love, you used to cry. I said I love you like the stars above. I love you till I die. There's a place for us, you know, the movie song. When gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong, Juliet.
Haven't heard that for years. Dire Straits, Romeo and Juliet. He gave me a heart attack. Brilliant. The non-stop oldies chosen by Sarah O'Neill from Grantham in Lincolnshire, badge on its way, and there's also REO Speed Foreigner. I'm not saying all those bands are the same. I'm not saying that.
You should have seen by the look in my eyes, baby. There was something missing. You should have known by the tone of my voice, maybe, but you didn't listen. You played dead, but you never played. Instead you laid still in the grass, or coiled up in innocence. And though I know all about those men
Coming soon, Tim Vine.
I saw a sign that said, watch out for our new menu. I looked round and hit me in the face. I ordered dessert. He gave me tiramisu and a blindfolded horse. I said, no, mascarpone.
Here's Jeremy Vine.
Thank you so much, Tim. Well, it is indeed me. I am funnier than my brother. Police arrested 2 fictional people yesterday. Did it really happen? One was drinking battery acid, the other was eating fireworks. They charged one and let the other off. Call me. No, please sit down. Please, there's no need.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You never take advice. Someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You're closing the door. You leave the world behind. You're digging for gold. You're throwing away a fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You want paradise, but someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You're closing the door. You leave the world behind. You're digging for gold. You're throwing away a fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay. You know that you are as cold as ice to me.
And those were the non-stop oldies. It's precisely 3:30.
Right in the afternoon.
And a few shout-outs here. Thank you for them. Steve, can you say hi to my lovely husband, Graham? He's admiring our new cooker as we listen to a great show. Cheers from Kaz. Oh, let me have a look. Oh, yeah, that looks... Is it plumbed in yet? You haven't got... Get it plumbed in. Thank you, Kaz. We are painters working in Boston. This is from the USA. The boss, Ray O'Sullivan, lived in London 20 years ago, and he used to listen every day. Now he's turned all of us Americans onto the show. We listen every day. Love the show. That's the Boston Painters. Are you an art group? Or no? Okay. Can you give a shout out to Chris Heyman? I'm hard at work in my kitchen in Sowerby Bridge, West Yorkshire, making my first batch of marmalade of the year. Best regards from Chris Heyman. Oh, that's very nice. Marmalade. Toast and marmalade for tea. Steve, can you please play a song for my lovely wife? Julie and me, we're on the M1 on our way back to Sheffield after spending the last 5 days in Budapest. to celebrate our Ruby wedding anniversary. Tell her I love her very much, and that's from Andrew. OK, you got it. 3:31 now. Car insurance premiums rise for 8 successive quarters. Car insurance premiums have once again risen to a new high, according to the Association of British Insurers, the ABI. Between October and December 2017, average premiums rose to £481, a rise of 9% on the previous year. A children's toy has been removed from sale after it was found to have 7 times the amount of arsenic permitted. The product, labelled Magnetic Putty, contained a bag of putty and a small cube magnet. And as many as 245 members of the public have lost an average of 55 grand each after falling victim to a series of pension scams. Among those who lost money was a couple from Hereford who invested in a firm producing truffle trees. With us soon. And we're back with Bobby.
Steve, thank you. First of all, to the A72 Rosebank. Because the River Clyde burst its banks, the A72 closed both ways between Rosebank and Dulsurf. A9 in the Highlands, the Dornoch Bridge is now open following that earlier accident. M8 Glasgow on the eastbound side, there's a bump between 19 and 18, so Anderston Cross to Charing Cross, we've got one lane shut. M42 on the southbound side, down at 6 for Birmingham Airport, there's a breakdown. They've had to close 2 lanes to deal with that. M11 problems. First of all, the M11 earlier, southbound, there was a car fire between 6 and 5 at Loughton. That cleared and all lanes are open, but there were queues behind it. Now, on the M11 southbound, in those queues between 7 and 6, so Harlow down towards the M25, there's an accident, so you've got one lane shut there. Also on the M11 northbound, between 6 and 7, there's a separate accident on that northbound side, just waiting for restrictions. At least one lane shut. They may have to close another as well while they deal with that, so it's still very heavy. A12, the Colchester bypass on the southbound side at 28 for Colchester United Football Ground, the Axel Way. We've still got one lane shut. They're still recovering that earlier accident, so still big queues through there. To Reading, the A329 still closed between Kings Meadow Road and Forby Road following all that flooding that's still there. And finally, in Devon, the A39 Higher Clovelly, partially blocked there. Now they're recovering this earlier accident which closed the road completely. You can just squeeze through. I know it's narrow through there at the best of times. You have to take it in turns between Higher Clovelly and Kilcampton. Back with more, 25 minutes.
Best-selling author Jojo Moyes with Simon at 5 o'clock, just after. The Folk Show with Mark Radcliffe at 7. Mark's got a live session from London band Stick in the Wheel. Then it's Jo Wiley at 8 alongside her regular musical gems and treats. Jo continues a series of interviews called Nation's Favourites, talking to some of the nation's big talents across British culture. Tonight she's joined by choreographer Sir Matthew Bourne.
You say you got a girl. How you want me? How you want me when you got a girl? Feeling is reckless of knowing it's selfish, knowing I'm desperate, getting on in it, left falling all over love. I do it till it's last, hanging out the back, all of me your last. Like, is you coming home? Is you out with her? I don't care long as you here by 10:30, no later than drop them drugs. Give me I'm in the mood for a little bit more that. I mean, I'm saying what kind of days is 2 days. I need me at least about 4 of them, more of them, more you, more me, more us. Just tell me you want me one day, and I'll be at your door, ready to take a place, ready to give you what you've been missing on weekdays. What you've been waiting for, 10:30, no later than drop them drawers. I know what you want. My my man is your man, hurt is her man too. My man is your man, hurt that's her man. Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I just keep him satisfied through the weekend. You like 9 to 5, I'm the weekend. Make her lose his mind every weekend. You take Wednesday, Thursday, and just send him my way. Think I got it covered for
the weekend. It's Scissor. Calvin Harris.
Rama Lama Ding Dong. Leslie Phillips' only hit.
We're back for Factoids. Here's Tim Smith.
The longest migration route of any bird on the planet is that of the Arctic tern. It flies from the Arctic to the Antarctic and back again every year. That's a journey of roughly 25,000 miles. Do you think that's why it's called the tern?
Oh.
Because it gets to the Arctic, turns around, comes back to the Antarctic, turns around, goes back.
No. The highest amount of vitamins and nutrients are contained within the vegetable skin and the layer directly underneath it. Now, Bobby Pryor.
The chills you get when you listen to music is mostly caused by the brain releasing dopamine while anticipating the peak amount of a song.
Oh, well, that's great, because, Tim, you've swam with dopamines, haven't you?
I have, yes.
Aww.
I have an excess of dopamine most days.
Do you?
Yes.
You're a lucky man.
By way of surviving in very cold conditions, some frogs can be frozen solid and then thawed out and still be alive.
Flavor Flav, whose real name is William Jonathan Drayton Jr., is a musical prodigy. By the time he started performing with Public Enemy, he was proficient in 15 different instruments, from drums to oboe. Now, Bobby.
In 1961, Matisse's painting La Bateau was hung upside down at New York's Museum of Modern Art for 46 days before anyone noticed.
I mean, it's a boat, for goodness sake. I mean, you think they'd notice.
Factoids.
I was wondering about your mama. Did she get that job she wanted? So that car that gave her problems. I'm just curious about her honest. Though you're wondering why I've been calling, like I got ulterior motives. Though we didn't end this so good, but you know we had something so good. I'm wondering, can we still be friends? Can we still be friends? Doesn't have to end. And if it ends, can we be friends? Can we be friends? Can we be friends? Wondering if you got a body to hold you tight since I left. Wondering if you think about me. Actually, don't answer that. Though you're wondering why I've been calling, like I got ulterior motives. Though we didn't end this so good, but you know we had something so good. I'm wondering, can we still be friends? Can we still be friends? Doesn't have to end. And if it ends, can we be friends? Can we be friends?
Vine's with us. Look, Tim Vine. And, wait a minute, aren't you Jeremy's brother?
I am, still.
Oh, my goodness.
Every time you ask me, it's still the truth.
How are you, Tim? All right?
Very well. How are you?
We're all very good. Master of the one-liner here and friend of our show and Jeremy's brother. Tim Vine is a comedian, writer, actor and presenter.
Have you got any siblings, Steve?
Yes, I have a brother called Lawrence.
Are you Lawrence's brother?
I am. Yeah. Will you say that every
I'll
time?
say that now I know. Right,
yeah. Has his own Radio 4 chat show called the Tim Vine Chat Show. Tim is also back with brand new punchlines in his show Sunset Milk Idiot, which starts touring across the UK in less than 2 weeks. What does that mean then, Tim? Sunset Milk?
It doesn't really mean anything. It's just on the poster there's a picture of me with lots of milk cartons around my head and there's a sort of sunset in the background, and I looked at it and I thought Sunset Milk Idiot, and so that's what I called it. Everyone always thinks that they stare at it for ages trying to work out what the punchline is, and there isn't really one.
Which is even funnier, isn't it?
Yeah, occasionally. I did a gig in a fertility clinic, got standing ovulation.
Here we go. Let's go.
I did a gig in Pompeii, hard crowd.
Once again, he'll be showing off his homemade props.
Do you like prop
I do
comedy?
like obviously, we used to love Tommy Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
A props guy, to end all props guys.
No, exactly, yeah.
I mean, that was the joke, wasn't
Well,
it?
it's great to put things on your head. I used to come on with a laundry basket on my head and say, sorry I'm late, I've just been playing Mousetrap. And it just worked.
Where do you think of these? I mean, do you have a session where you sit down and you think, right, this is it, I'm going to write a load of stuff?
For every 10 jokes I write, I probably use about 10 of them. So it's a very strict quality control system.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
The answer to your question, Tim, is I go to coffee shops sometimes. You know, I went to a coffee shop. I said, can I have a cappuccino? He said, is that to sit in? I said, no, I'm going to drink it. Sometimes I go to a library. I went to a library the other day, actually. I said, I can't get over your books. He said, get off that shelf. I said, I'd like to return this book called The History of Clocks. He said, it's about time. I said, yes, it is.
Do you try them all out at people at home?
I get 2 people in a room like this. Now, we just have to try it.
Now, what about the tour then? So what do you do on tour? Do you...
Well, I come on and normally with something on my head. All right, so I'd like to sing an old favourite, Red Rum. But that's slightly dated, that one.
We got it, though, don't worry.
It's okay, we're there on it.
You ever get that when you're halfway through eating a horse and you think to yourself, I'm not as hungry as I thought I was?
I love them. All right, now, do you want to do a little experiment when we come back? I'll do a few dates for you because you're on this Sunset Milk Idiot Tour schedule. Here it is.
Yes.
February the 6th, Aldershot, Princess Hall, Swindon, Wyvern, that's 7th and 8th of February. 9th is Worthing Assembly Hall, Cliffs Pavilion, Southend on the 10th. These are all February to see Tim Vine. Norwich is the Playhouse on 13th and 14th, and then High Wycombe, Birmingham, Bristol.
You talk slow, I'm writing all this down. Huh?
Yeah, Torquay, Bournemouth, Crewe. Then in March in Warrington, Dorking, Hoddesdon, Ipswich, Chatham, Crawley. Still writing them down?
Yes.
Wakefield, Bradford, Dunstable, Guildford, Swansea. And then in May, Coventry, Woking, Buxton, London, Milton Keynes, etc., etc.
And now again with postcodes?
Yeah, okay. No, but here's the thing. Do you you go there and then come back, or you stay in hotels? What do you do?
Yeah, stay in hotels. I went to a hotel. The receptionist said to me, she said, have you got a reservation? I said, yeah, I'm worried about the price. She said, can you give me an early morning call? I said, cock-a-doodle-doo. She said, very good.
When we come back, I'll put on a clock, and it goes for like 35 seconds or something like 30 seconds, and see how many one-liners you can get in.
Right, okay.
Would you do that?
I just do all the same ones I've done already.
Yeah.
We could try that if you like, yeah.
If you could think of some others, I'd be awfully grateful. We're back with Tim Vine in just a moment. He's going to give it a go, okay? We'll be right back. Sorry, that was my fault. Technical problems.
When you say you will
Here's the thing.
Tim Vine's back. Here's the thing what?
Here's the thing.
I do say that, yeah.
I like that. It's almost your catchphrase. Steve, here's the thing, right.
Well, that's my thinking time, isn't it? When's your thinking time when you're doing a...
So, here's the thing.
Because I always think that you... And I mean this lovingly, you pulverise people, don't you? It's one after another, and so much so, I really can't keep up sometimes.
Yeah, I probably go too fast, really. It's probably something I should slow down.
I wouldn't worry about it, you're doing all right.
But I think sometimes I do gabble a bit. I think maybe nerves makes me go faster.
Really?
Go on to the next one.
Do you always get laughs every gag?
Well, if I don't, I tend to drop them.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. If something doesn't get a laugh,
yeah,
it's got to go. It's not a joke.
Oh, so it's all professional.
Well, on weekdays.
You thought about this, haven't you?
Well, I have. Here's a brand new joke. I've never told anywhere before, right?
Okay.
So being told for the first time on your show. See what you think of this.
Yeah, okay.
I said to this bloke, I said, my grandfather's just swerved off a roundabout into a forest. The bloke said, well, how is he now? I said, well, he's turned a corner, but he's not out of the woods yet.
That's brilliant.
Do you like that? Well, that's the very first time I've ever told that to anyone.
Keep that in.
Keep it in the show.
Okay, all right, I will.
Yeah. So do you want to do that thing where we're going to do 30 seconds, see how many gags? Do you hold a record for the amount of gags?
No, I did most jokes in an hour. That I did hold that for a little bit. I did 499 in an hour. I think the record may be 600 and something now, so goodness knows.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you remember them all?
I rehearse.
I'm playing for time, by the way. I'm trying to find the clock.
Right. Here's the thing. I've got clocks. There's one on the wall over there for us. There's one on every wall.
This one makes a noise.
Oh, great. Okay, right.
Yeah.
One of those.
All right, so what we're going to do, 30 seconds, how many gags in 30 seconds?
Shall I try and do 10 in 30
All right,
seconds?
try and do 10, and
I'll
then
count.
Tim will count them.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'll just think what the first one will be in my head.
Okay.
Yes, okay, I've got the first one.
All right, here we go. Go.
Right. So this bloke said to me, have you got any birthmarks? I said, it's so long ago, it's hard to give it a score. Black Beauty, he's a dark horse.
2.
Right, Velcro, what a rip-off.
3.
I've got a sponge front door. Hey, don't knock it. 4. Flip. Well, so I went to have a local music shop. I said, can you teach me how to read music? He said, why? I said, because I keep pronouncing it Music.
Keep going.
I said, I want to buy a violin as well. He said, do you want a bow as well? I said, don't bother wrapping it. I said, I want something that goes ping. He said, ping. I said, you'll do.
7.
Oh, 7.
That's not bad, though. That's brilliant. 7's not bad. Is there a kind of a sequence to when you go out on stage on this particular tour, Sunset Milk Idiot Tour?
Yes.
Do you
It's
follow
in an order, yeah.
So you don't just go out and busk it. I mean, you don't do anything about who's from such and such a town.
Not really, no. I mean, I might look round and go, look at the size of those curtains. That's a bit of a drawback. I sometimes say that when I'm in the theatre. I said to my mum, I said, I'm going to buy a theatre. She said, are you having me on? I said, I'll give you an audition, but I can't promise. So I'd put some of those in, maybe.
Do you tweak it at all as you go around to different places? Does the content change at all?
Not really, no. What you mean, I suddenly do observational comedy
impressions.
in London.
No, he doesn't do that.
No.
You can see Tim Vine's Sunset Milk Idiot Tour. It starts on Tuesday, February 6th in Aldershot and then travels to the UK until June the 9th. Just a few more dates. I mean, I left off at May, like Westlands and places like Yeovil and Newcastle and Edinburgh and Hull and York and Halifax and Stoke and Basingstoke. And then in June, you've got places like Aylesbury and Leicester and Oxford and Blackpool, St Albans and Hastings. Thank you very much, Tim. It's good to see you again. Tim Vine, everybody. Good luck on that Sunset Milk Idiot Tour. Go see
Bless
Tim
you.
Vine.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you very much.
I got to say it and it's hard for me. You got me crying like I thought I would never be. Love is believing, but you let me down. How can I love you when you ain't around? And I get to the morning and you
after operating this technical desk for the last few years, I've only just found the pause button. I didn't know that was there. It all went off. Extraordinary. Can you play a song for my lovely wife Julie? We're on the M1 on our way back to Sheffield after spending the last 5 days in Budapest to celebrate our Ruby wedding anniversary. Tell her I love her very much. Love from Andrew. Stephen Team, you've got to say hello to the lovely people in the office of the Countess Mountbatten Hospice Charity in Southampton. It's my daughter Ruth's last day working there as she's starting a new job next week. I know they enjoy listening to the show, as do I. Thank you from, I think it's Tria, that's Ruth's mum. OK, done. Now, here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. First of all, to the M8 eastbound in Glasgow, there's been an accident between 19 and 18, so Anderston Cross to Charing Cross, one lane is still shut because of that. A72 at Rosebank, east of Motherwell, because the River Clyde burst its bank, the A72 is closed with flooding between Rosebank and Delsurf. The M62 eastbound between 29 and 30, so that's the M1 to Rothwell, there are still 3 lanes shut while they deal with this accident. The queue's already way back past 27 at Gildersham. If you can avoid it, that's the advice. It's taking at least an hour to get through. The M42 on the southbound side, broken down vehicle at 6 for Birmingham Airport. Still, we've got 2 lanes shut there. And the M11 on the northbound side, that accident between 6 and 7 is actually a car fire. So 2 lanes are shut between the M25 and Harlow, but you could still get past. And then to the A12 southbound in Essex, the Colchester bypass southbound, we've got a lane out between 28 and 27, still while they deal with recovery. So it's still extremely heavy. And finally to Cardiff. At Leckworth, the A4232 westbound closed with this earlier accident between the Leckworth interchange and the A48, which is the Culverhouse cross. So westbound shut between Cardiff and the M4, and eastbound is slow. Back with more, half an hour.
Tonight at 11, 16 shows in total. We're up to number 2, I think, tonight. It's another chance to hear Bob Harris celebrate the 40th anniversary of the BBC's classic TV music show, The Old Grey Whistle Test. It's called The Old Grey Whistle Test 40. Starts tonight, is tonight at 11 o'clock. This week there's music from Ralph McTell. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. Sets from Del Shannon, Bill Withers, and the first British TV appearance of Bob Marley and the Wailers tonight at 11.
A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright.
It's alright. Yeah. Cool and the gang. This is Steve Wright in the afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. The showbiz cuts, well, from the NTA's Anton Deck, Keith Lemon, David Attenborough. Guess what? Top stand-ups, Tom Allen, Shazia Mirza. There's Tim, there's Lisa, there's Bobby, there's Sports Guy, there's Factoids, and social media and much more. All on The Big Show. This is BBC Radio 2 online, on digital radio, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Lisa Costello. A businessman who helped to organise a men-only charity dinner, which is at the centre of sexual harassment allegations, has resigned as a non-executive board member for the Department of Education. David Mellor stepped down after an undercover reporter from the Financial Times claimed she and other hostesses were groped and propositioned by guests at the President's Club Gala in central London last week. 2 children's hospitals have said they'll return all donations from the annual fundraising event. Sarah Atkinson from the Charity Commission said they were urgently investigating the allegations.
The behaviour that's described has no place in charity, and charity trustees have got responsibility, firstly, to ensure that their charity fundraises ethically, responsibly and in line with their values, and secondly, they've got responsibility to safeguard not just their beneficiaries but their staff and anyone who the charity comes into contact with.
It's emerged that victims of the convicted rapist John Warboys received letters from the Police and Crown Prosecution Service assuring them he'd be in jail for a long period of time. Many of them are angry that the 60-year-old has been approved for release by the parole board after less than 10 years in prison. Our correspondent, Danny Shaw, says the CPS letter was sent after Warboys was sentenced.
That letter explains the sentence and really suggests that it was similar to a sentence of life imprisonment. There is nothing in those letters that says Warboys is never going to come out. There's nothing in those letters that says, he's unlikely ever to be released. But the tenor of the letters is to offer the victims a lot of reassurance that, he is going to be behind bars for a very, very long time.
The number of people in work in the UK has reached a new high of 32.2 million. Figures from the Office for National Statistics also show pay increased slightly, but the real value of wages still fell. There are reports of a widespread failure in IT systems within the NHS in Wales. Our correspondent in Cardiff, Thomas Morgan, has the latest.
Many GPs across health boards in Wales have said they are unable to access patient records electronically, with one telling me it was severely inhibiting the ability to provide patient care. Another said it was chaos and that they needed their systems for everything. Emails and intranet services are also said to be down. Powys NHS IT department have said that there is currently a major incident affecting a number of systems across NHS Wales, and the issue appears to be related to national firewalls and is currently being investigated.
The European Union has fined an American computer chip maker, Qualcomm, more than £870 million for breaking competition law. The EU's competition commissioner said Qualcomm had paid the technology giant Apple not to buy computer chips for smartphones from other suppliers. And that's the BBC News at 4:03. Our next at 5.
Thank you, Lisa. Over to you, Sports Guy.
Yes, the new England women's head coach, Phil Neville, has apologised for past controversial tweets about women. In one tweet, he suggested they would be too busy making breakfast and getting the kids ready to read his messages. He now says his comments were not a true and genuine reflection of either my character or beliefs. The draw's been made for the new UEFA Nations League, a competition that will replace international friendlies. England will play in the same group as Spain and Croatia. Wales face the Republic of Ireland and Denmark. Northern Ireland are grouped with Austria and Bosnia and Herzegovina, while Scotland are drawn alongside Albania and Israel. Northern Ireland boss Michael O'Neill, meanwhile, has today extended his contract with them until 2020. And another injury worry for Wales ahead of the Six Nations. Back Liam Williams is a doubt for their opening match against Scotland, as he may need surgery on a groin injury.
Sports Guy will return in the Simon Mayo Show along with Jojo Moyes, author.
highwayman. Along the coach roads I did ride, with sword and pistol by my side. Many a young maid lost her baubles to my trade. Many a soldier shed his lifeblood on my blade. The bastards hung me in the spring of 25, but I am still alive.
I was a sailor, I was born upon the tide. With the sea I did abide. I sailed a schooner around the Horn of Mexico. I went aloft to furl the mainsail in a blow. And when the yards broke off, they said that I got killed. But I'm living still. I was a dam builder across the river deep and wide, where steel and water did collide. A place called Boulder on the wild Colorado. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete below. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no sound. But I am still around. I'll always be around, and around, and around, and around. I fly a starship across the universe divide, and when I reach the other side, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I can. Perhaps I may become a highwayman again, or I may simply be a single drop of rain, but I will remain. I'll be back again and again and again.
A great Jimmy Webb song. Highwaymen, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson. I love that. Lily Allen has announced today that her first album since 2014 will be titled No Shame and will be out in the early summer. She's also confirmed her first live show since 2015 with 3 shows in March in Manchester, London and Glasgow. As you may or may not know, Jimmy Kimmel will host the Oscars again this year, and he and Warren Beatty have made an advert for this year's ceremony making fun of last year's Envelope-gate. It was the blunder where La La Land was named Best Picture instead of the correct winner, Moonlight. Oh, I know. That is terrible. As we mentioned earlier, the UK's 2018 Eurovision Song Contest hopefuls were announced today. On Twitter, #Eurovision You Decide. That's trending. Joel tweeted, this is the best selection of songs in years. We could have our first top 10 since 2009. #Eurovision You Decide. And Dan tweets, earlier, I hijacked the radio at work and changed the station to Radio 2, ready for the premiere of You Decide entrance. #Eurovision You Decide. Excellent, Dan. Well done. On Facebook, people are talking about Hollywood star Laura Linney, who'll make her London stage debut in My Name is Lucy Barton at the Bridge Theatre this summer. And of course, as you've heard, it was the National Television Awards 2018. It was last night. Ant and Dec were the big winners with 3 awards. I'm a Celebrity won the Challenge Show category. They won the TV Presenter Prize and also the first ever Bruce Forsyth Entertainment Award for Saturday Night Takeaway. That's the boys. Here's part of Dec's emotional speech.
I'd personally like to thank all my family, all my friends. Some of you are here tonight. I love you. Thank you very much. But thank you to all of you for your support. It really, really means the world to me. It's helped me get through. And thanks to you, little guy.
In fact, Ant and Dec missed the whole red carpet thing beforehand because they were stuck in traffic. Keith Lemon did make it in time, however, but says it's not that glamorous.
It's dangerous. I keep feeling like I'm standing on ladies' dresses, but there's a lot of wires on the floor as well. It's like an assault course.
Incredible. And Blue Planet 2 was given Special Impact Award. So David Attenborough was asked how we should change our lives in response to what we've seen in the series.
Think of the consequences of what they do, of what they throw away, of what they eat, of how they organise their lives, and in the end, who they vote for.
David Attenborough.
We've already said said so long. I don't want to see you go. Oh, you better go now. Go now, go now, go now. Don't you even try.
Moody Blues and Go Now. Shazia's with us next.
I used to be a teacher. Do we have any teachers in? Yes, whether we're Guardian readers, there are always teachers. Yes, sir, are you a teacher? What subject do you teach? Music. Do we have any proper teachers in? Maths, English, science, all the things that matter. I used to be a proper teacher, though. I used to teach science to 16-year-old boys in Tower Hamlets and Dagenham. That's teaching.
I met Daft Punk at their very first listening party in America.
Nile Rodgers.
They said, "How did you make Chic records?" "Okay, let me show you." I pick up the guitar and I went, doom, 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 doom. I map out a lick based on the bass line and the chords. And then once I have that, then I start chucking over it, which is why nobody can copy me, because they think that it's just one guitar playing. I says, that's why I can't play Le Freak really live.
Nile Rodgers' Good Times.
I can play something that sounds like it's Le Freak, but Le Freak is two guitars. They were like, wow.
Tonight from 10 on BBC Radio 2.
Mirza is here, look, and here she is. Well, now, how are you? Well, just tell me, when was it you were there with Bear Grylls? I need to know if you've recovered.
I'm alive. I don't know about the blokes. They're still struggling, as they were on the island. I came off on June the 2nd.
Yeah.
And it took about 3-4 months to actually recover properly. I mean, I was covered in bites. I've been attacked by a stingray.
Yeah, I know.
Sandflies, mosquitoes, lost 2 stone. And there were some terrible things that happened also. You know, we just didn't sleep for a whole month.
Really?
We just didn't sleep, yeah. It was
Well, you didn't have a proper shelter, really, did you? I mean,
but if you ever
tried.
get the chance to do it, you should definitely do it.
No, we won't be doing that.
Honestly?
Why are you recommending that?
You'll be starving, you'll nearly die, but if you ever get the chance to do it, you should definitely do it.
Certainly would bring one out of one's comfort zone, don't you think?
It will push you, you learn some things about yourself, and you realise, because the world's going to end soon the way it's going, that you're going to be able to survive somehow. Well, the women, I don't know about the blokes.
I'll just write that down as a quote. The world's going to end soon.
The way things are going.
Wait, got that, yeah.
So what
okay.
did you learn most about yourself then?
Honestly, generally, women are stronger than men, mentally. The women were the ones catching the food, keeping us alive at night, keeping the shelter going.
Yeah.
None of us had a breakdown. In the end, there was only 2 blokes left. In the beginning, there was 5 men and 5 women. In the end, there was 4 women and 2 men.
Were there bits that we didn't see where men were crying that they edited out?
Yes, one of them, who called himself an alpha male. This is how they referred to themselves.
Yeah.
I'm an alpha male, I'm a man's man. That is, you saw it on the screen, that's what they said. I'm an alpha male, I'm a man's man. Any man that says he's an alpha male is not an alpha male. He's a twit.
That's putting it mildly, right? Or a man's man, because a man's man surely is from the 60s,
I mean,
right?
if you have to say, I'm a man's man, that means you have some doubt as to whether you're a man or not. You don't hear women going around, I'm a woman's woman, I'm a woman, you know.
Shazzy, don't worry, you're not in the company of alpha males today.
Oh, no, most definitely not.
No, I've seen that.
I was saying before we opened the microphone, you used to be a teacher.
I did, yeah.
Right? And you were a comedian whilst you were teaching, but nobody knew.
I still don't know.
Do I believe that? No, what do you mean? Surely it's impossible to keep quiet.
I was a science teacher in an East End comprehensive, which was rough. The kids used to come in the morning and go, when's this going to end? When are you going home? Don't you want to give up, miss? Don't you want to leave? No one has ever turned up into one of my gigs and said, when is this going to end? When are you going to leave? When are you going to get... This is so boring. I've never had that. Yeah. So it was such a great preparation for stand-up. Stand-up is easy compared to that.
But here's a serious question. Did you get job satisfaction from being a teacher, or just thought, that's it, I've had enough of this?
I think in the beginning, people go into teaching because they want to make a difference. They want to teach, they love kids. But honestly, after 3 weeks, you're so worn out. You just think, get me out of it. I'll do anything. I'll become a comedian, just do anything. I just need to leave. It was very tough. It was very difficult. Kids would try and throw a chair at you.
Yeah,
no one's ever done that in a comedy gig.
Not yet.
Tomatoes, yeah, but I mean, chairs.
So were you doing comedy at the same time as teaching?
I used to write jokes and try them out on the kids. They didn't get them. But then I'd go and try them out in the clubs and they would work.
Yeah, well, that's good. We're going to come back with you, Shazia, in just a moment. Shazia Mirza is here. Don't go away. Don't go away. She's here.
I'm being salty on a train, you see, girl. That's what I go through every day. Is this the way it should be? Pinch me, I'm dreaming, but if it is, don't let me go. I'm drowning, don't save me. It's just the way I like to go. You see, girl, you thrill me, half kill me. That's what you do.
Merza is back with us. Now, you're going on this massive tour. This is February, March, April, May, June. And there's some great little theatres here and some big ones too. I'll just do a few for you. Birmingham Old Rep, for example, February 2nd. Saturday, 3rd of February, Leamington Spa, Royal Spa Centre. Trinity Theatre on Friday, 23rd. Bit of a gap from the 3rd to the 23rd. She needs a rest once in a while. Tunbridge Wells, Trinity Theatre. Stand-Up Comedy Club Newcastle, Sunday, 25th of February. And then in March, places like Colchester, Worcester, Bridge North, Leicester, Milton Keynes, Banbury, Brighton, North Finchley, Gothenburg.
Crikey.
Yes.
It's a well-planned
Well
tour.
noticed. You're not American, are you? That's definitely out of England.
How are you getting from North Finchley to Gothenburg?
I might get a plane.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get out at Gothenburg and then go straight to the club, right? And
That's right. Gothenburg's fabulous. I've been there before.
I've
It's a
not been
great
there. Is it
theatre.
nice?
The Swedes are brilliant. Anywhere in Scandinavia is brilliant.
How much Swedish do you speak?
Well, you don't need to. Their English is so good. It's not like in America where you have to translate everything. No, honestly, they think I'm Mexican over there.
Do they?
Honestly, this is not a joke. Last time I was in LA, they put me on a Mexican night, Hispanic night.
No!
Honestly. My name's Shazia Mirza. They thought I was Hispanic. Put me
Wow.
on there. And they don't understand British Asian, so they just think I'm Mexican.
Oxford Old Fire Station moving on Friday the 6th. Saturday the 7th, this is April now, Leeds Carriage Works Theatre. Thursday 12th, Southampton at the Hanger Farm Arts Centre. Then on to Wirksworth, Edinburgh, London, Salford, that's April. And then in May, places like Harpenden, Cambridge, Glasgow, Epsom, Sheffield, Coventry, High Wycombe, Bristol, Huddersfield, Derby, Hebden Bridge, Bromsgrove, Norwich. I guess, do you kind of alter your material as to where you're going?
Yeah, I'm going somewhere where I know they've voted out. I cut down Brexit material.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people can get very funny about that now.
Yeah, Stuart Lee told us this as well, that's what he does.
It's true. If I'm going to a place where they voted out and I start doing material about that I voted to stay in, you can see the tension in the audience. And I've been to places and I said who voted in and who voted out, and people that voted out did not want to admit it.
It is a peculiar time that we live in because what you're doing there is jokes.
I know. It's become
Yeah.
so serious now
Yeah.
that you try and have a laugh about it, but it's divided. The
Yeah.
audience are divided.
Yeah, it's interesting that though, don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't know, what would you be doing in Gothenburg then?
They don't care. They couldn't care less. And the same in America, they couldn't care less. They want to hear what you have to say about Trump. They don't really understand Brexit. I mean, I was in America recently and had to explain what Brexit was to them. Often when you're talking about things outside of America, you have to have a line explaining what it is before you do the joke, by which time it's not funny.
Yeah, exactly. Now, do you make a plan? What's your career plan, or are you just kind of going out and doing it?
Career plan.
Go back to teaching.
My parents are just like, when are you going to stop this nonsense and just get married? I mean, what is this nonsense? That's my parents' plan. Honestly, that is all they talk about. They're not interested in my shows. They're not interested.
Have they
in
been to any gigs?
No. My parents actually, they're so ashamed of the comedy, or they don't understand it. They tell people I'm a journalist, I'm a writer,
Yeah.
I'm a travel writer. They can't bring themselves to say comedian because they just think of like Les Dawson
But you
or
are
Frankie
all those
Howard.
things as well, though.
Do you ever see it from their point of view?
I don't really care what they think. They're the parents. They should
Yeah.
support you no matter what you do. Within reason.
I'm going to take that as a no then. Shazia Mirza's new tour with Love from Saint-Tropez continues from next Friday, the 2nd of February. Shazia, thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Shazia Mirza.
Thank you.
Never in shadows, so you got nothing to lose. Where were the heroes? No one to call the accused. You can paint the darkness any colors that you need.
Sydenham and Without Love on Radio 2. Hey Steve, loving the show. Can you give my dad, that's Simon, and I a shout out driving home from Sheffield after finishing my uni exams? Tell my mum, Dee, to put the kettle on for a well-earned cuppa to celebrate. Love from Hattie. Thank you, Hattie.
Today's big question, have you ever been out for a meal and eaten completely without incident? Was the food great, the waiter polite, and the bill incredibly reasonable? We're not doing it as an item on the show. It's just I've forgotten to book somewhere for a special birthday meal. Please call or tweet me suggestions. I'm really quite worried now. Cheer bye.
Cheer bye. Just coming round to 4:30, here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. M8 eastbound to Glasgow. We've got an accident between 19 and 18, so Anderston Cross to Charing Cross, still one lane shut there. The vehicle is facing the wrong way, so take care as you go past. M62 eastbound. There was an accident between 29 and 30, so that's the M1 Lofthouse to Rothwell. There are still 3 lanes completely shut. Queues past 27. That's been the kind of consistent back of the queue, I think, as people head off and find alternative routes. Taking at least an hour to get through there on that eastbound side. Westbound is slow past the scene. You've got a couple of miles traffic on the westbound side as well. The M6 now, first of all, on the southbound side at 16, so just past Crewe and Stoke-on-Trent down towards Keele Services, there's been a bump and one lane is shut. Then on the M6 on the southbound side further down, 10A, the M54 to 10 at Walsall, another breakdown, so you've got one lane closed. And the M6 on the northbound side, 5 to 6 up from Castle Bromwich to the Aston Expressway, the A38. There's an accident there again. One lane is shut. M25 is starting to get busy. Clockwise 13 to 16, anti-clockwise kind of 14 to 11 at Chertsey is really starting to build up. The M27 westbound bump between 9 and 8 at Hamble. It's on the hard shoulder, but it's still slow past the scene. Of course, we had a lane close. That's built up some delays as well. The M11 on the northbound side, up from the M25 to Harlow. That accident and car fire, still one lane shut because of that. So that's causing queues back towards Loughton and having a little bit of effect on the M25 junction 27 as well. 834 northbound. This is south of Newbury, but on the northbound route between Old Burclere and Burclere, closed completely. There's an accident there, so between Whitchurch and Newbury, the A34 is completely shut. And then finally to Cardiff, the A4232 westbound at Leckworth, still closed between the Leckworth interchange and the A48 Culverhouse Cross. Back with more, 25 minutes.
Special information for drivers there. Spot of luck, Bobby was here to tell you all that. Thank you, the Bobster.
Live till 5. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Still to come, we'll talk to the brilliant Tom Allen.
Running around, throwing that dirt all on my name. 'Cause you knew that I'd call you up. You've been going around every party in LA. 'Cause you knew that I'd be at one. Oh, I know that dress is karma, perfume regret. You got me thinking about when you were mine. Oh, and now I'm all up on you. What you expect? But you're not coming home with me tonight. You just want attention. You don't want my heart. Maybe you just hate the thought of me with someone new. Yeah, you just want attention. I knew from the start. You're just making sure I'm never getting over you. was karma, perfume regret. You got me thinking about when you were mine. And now I'm all up on you, what you expect. But you're not coming home with me tonight. You just want attention. You don't want my heart. Maybe you just hit the thought of me with someone new. Yeah, you just want attention.
This evening it's Simon Mayo at 5, The Folk Show with Mark Radcliffe at 7, Joe Wiley at 8, Nile Rodgers' Good Times at 10, The Old Grey Whistle Test 40 at 11, and then Pick of the Pops, Paul Gambaccini, of course, at midnight tonight. We're back for factoids. Here's Tim Smith.
Do you know what your gluteus maximus is?
Yes, it's the things you sit on and make your legs move, aren't they?
Yes, it is actually. It's the largest muscle in the human body. It's the main extensor muscle of the hip. It's very thick and fleshy, and it basically forms the prominence of the buttocks.
I'm Gluteus Maximus. 215 pairs of jeans can be made from a single bale of cotton. Bobby Pryor.
Because Amsterdam's soil consists of a thick layer of fen and clay, all buildings are built on wooden poles that are fixed in a sandy layer. Guess how deep?
What do you mean all buildings? They're
all
not.
buildings.
Are
Yeah,
they?
yeah, they're built on these big long poles, and they have to go 11 metres deep. That's a factoid, that is.
No, well, I don't know if they're all exactly the same, but you do have to get the foundations right, depending on how tall the building's going to be. Haven't you seen that documentary about how they built the Brooklyn Bridge? That's incredible.
Yeah,
the
that's
foundations
great.
on that, unbelievable.
Baby, now that I've found you, I can let you go. Sorry, foundations.
Wish I hadn't started now.
Sorry, Bobby. Cashews are related to both mangoes and poison oak.
Factoids.
Can keep my hands on myself. Pick out dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Kiss my little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Got another mouth to feed. Leave it with the babies till the mama call the grave digger. Gone with the falling leaves. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might have had your fill, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, I feel it still. We could fight a war for peace. Give in to that easy living, goodbye to my hopes and dreams. Stop flipping for my enemies. We could wait until the walls come down. It's time to give a little to the kids in the middle. Oh, until it falls, won't bother me.
Feel it still. Portugal, the main. Got 21 to 5. Going to talk to Tom Allen next.
This winter, the warmest welcome awaits as Glasgow opens its doors for Celtic Connections.
As the festival celebrates its 25th anniversary, we'll be there to bring you all the highlights.
Join me, Lopa Katari, on BBC Radio 3's World on 3 as we present a concert from Julie Fowlis, Karen Matheson and the BBC Scottish Symphony Orchestra.
And on Radio Scotland, there'll be special programmes from Travelling Folk, Take the Floor and Another Country with me, Ricky Ross.
BBC Music at Celtic Connections.
Continuing with me, Mark Radcliffe, and performances from Corinne Polwart, I'm With Her, and Elephant Sessions. Monday night from 7 on BBC Radio 2.
Tom Allen is a comedian, writer and actor who's been on our show before, who won the BBC New Comedy Award in 2005, finishing ahead of Sarah Millican. And he's since become one of our favourite comedians. Tom's already completed the first leg of his debut solo tour, absolutely, and he's now off on the second part of the tour, taking him up and down the country, starting on Thursday, 1st of February in Folkestone. Tom Allen, everybody!
Oh, what a welcome. How kind.
Well, I think wherever you go and whatever you say and whatever you do, you always add an air of sophistication. So I think you're already adding an air of sophistication to this very programme.
I agree, and you're very lucky to have me.
I agree with that. How's that wedding show doing that you're doing?
Oh, yes, it's lots of fun. Yeah, I just do a little bit in the middle, but I have a lovely time making fun of people, throwing them off planes and things to win stuff.
Explain what it is. It's a wedding one.
It's called Wedding Day Winners.
Yeah.
And it's basically they can win a honeymoon. And it's presented by Lorraine Kelly and Rob Beckett, who I went to school with. That's not why I got the job. I got the job from merit.
I didn't know that. You went to
the
school
same school as Rob Beckett, yeah.
And did he have those teeth even then?
He had teeth even then, yeah. A lot of people at school do have teeth.
And much younger than Rob.
Bless you for that.
Thank
you. Much younger, yes. He's about 37 years older than me. No, he's about 2 years younger than me.
You're about 22, right?
Yeah. Give or take 12 years. I'm 34. But I look younger. Once you shave your head, to get it like I have it, you have to really use an industrial floor cleaner to get it this shiny.
So why did you choose comedy? What brought that about you?
Because I like talking a lot, and and that's it, really. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said, you should have a go at that. And when I first started doing stand-up, which was 13 years ago now, it did sort of feel like an unusual place for someone like me to work. And I did feel like it was very blokey. And I remember like early gigs I did where there'd be like stag parties, and I'd walk out there and be like, oh, hello. Has anybody seen the film Amelie? And these people would be furious.
That's a good opening line.
Well, it wasn't actually, it turned out, because they hadn't seen the film Amelie and they weren't interested in my opinions on the works of Jan Tiersen. So,
But you've educated everyone since.
That's what I tell them. You should see. They love it.
Listen, let me just play a clip.
The most exciting thing that could happen to you during that time would be that your local authority would open up a leisure centre. And these leisure centres were not ordinary sports centres, no. What they had inside them were subtropical paradises. And these subtropical paradises were basically swimming pools that were designed to look like the sea if the sea had been tiled.
That's a great routine. Here we go. Tom Allen, Absolutely UK Tour. February the 1st, Folkestone Quarterhouse. Theatre Royal, Wakefield on Saturday 3rd. These are all February. Sunday 4th, Lincoln, Drill Hall. Arts Centre, Swindon on Friday. Tunbridge Wells Trinity Theatre on Saturday 10th. Wednesday 14th, Colchester Arts Centre. Then Evesham Arts Centre on Saturday 17th. Then on to Chelmsford, Sheffield, Darlington and Richmond. Then in March, Chesham, Haverhill, Norwich, Stourport, Buxton, Norwich, Newbury, Glasgow, Lancaster, Wrexham, Fleet. Then in April, Andover, Coventry, Shrewsbury, Southampton, and then on and on and on.
I was going to say, you're going to read all of that. There's a lot. I thought you might turn them into a song. You know, like that one about all the states in America.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, yeah. But I'd be doing it all day with every comedian.
I did the first leg before Christmas. I've never done a tour on my own before, and it's been lovely to go to places and see people.
Excellent. We're going to come back with Tom in just a moment. Don't go away. Tom Allen is with us. Don't go away. Please stay there. Don't move.
Meet me on the corner and bring a little piece of you that I can keep beside me when the nights are growing colder. Meet me in the shadows and bring a little complication to my life until you mess my mind and leave me lonely. Don't crawl back to him, don't lead me astray, don't fall into his wicked games. Look me in the eye, tell me what it takes to keep you here another day. Tell me how to love you. Tell me how to be the mess you left behind, the one you cast aside, you keep on talking. Keep me in the shadows, keep me in between the sheets, the dirty stain you can't explain, you don't regret until the morning. When you crawl back to him, don't lead me astray, don't fall into his wicked games. Look me in the eye, tell me what it takes to keep you here another day. I keep chasing, I'll be your until you mess my mind and leave me lonely. Don't crawl back to him, don't lead me astray, don't fall into his wicked games. Look me in the eye, tell me what it takes to keep you here another day. I keep chasing, I keep chasing. I'll be your one and only way out, your way out. I keep chasing, I keep chasing. I'll be your one and only way out, your way out. What's wrong with you? You're looking kinda down to me. 'Cause things ain't getting over. Listen to what I say. Got to turn around. Got to turn around. Hey, what's wrong with you? You're looking kinda down to me. 'Cause things ain't getting over. Listen to what I say. Got to turn around. Got to turn around. Hey, what's wrong with you? You're looking kinda down to me. 'Cause things ain't getting over. Listen to what I say. Got to turn around. Got to turn around. Hey, what's wrong with you? You're looking kinda down to me. 'Cause things ain't getting over. Listen to what I say. Got to turn around. Got to turn around.
It's quite an intimidating place. If you've never been to a gym before, like they have different sections. Like one end of the gym is what they call the free weights section, and that's where the weights have been freed. They've been liberated. And that is where I have no business being. Because it's for the bigger boys. And the bigger boys go there all day, lifting things all day, trying to get big arms, trying to turn their arms into legs.
Tom Allen is back with us. We're talking about his tour. You know, it's interesting, Tom. Did you ever think that comedy would turn into this monster that it is?
Well, I suppose, for me, I always think it's a bit like theatre, but you can be drunk. You can sort of feel things a bit more violently, and I don't mean literally, but you can laugh out loud in a way that you can't really do in theatres, or people sometimes don't feel comfortable doing.
But if you've got 5,000 people in front of you, what do? I mean, you just have to go for it, don't you?
You just have to go for it.
Whereas 20 years ago, it would have been a comedy club.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they've moved into different venues. It's just a new way of kind of telling stories, perhaps. It's interesting to see, like, new people coming into comedy. For example, like, my mum and dad go to comedy now, I guess because I'm involved in it, but it's interesting to note, like, I don't think they would have gone 25 years ago, but they would feel much more comfortable going now. And, like, for a lot of young people, it's a way to find someone you really identify with and hear what they think about the world or see the world through their eyes. Everybody sees value in that. Everybody wants to kind of relate to people, I suppose, is what it is.
Earlier, we had on Shazia Mirza and also Tim Vine. Who do you admire?
You, Steve?
No, in terms of comedians. What about Tim? You admire Tim?
I admire Tim.
Yeah.
I admire everybody at the BBC. All of your listeners.
No good now. You've said it all now.
Well, somebody who's done so much for me is Sarah Millican, who I supported on her last tour. I really admire her, and I learned so much from her about the dedication she has and the way that she just works so hard. Every detail of the evening she looks after. From the music you listen to when you go in to the venue, every joke is really crafted.
Yeah, she creates a great atmosphere, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I've got this image of you on your tour, probably stepping into a limo.
Sure.
Is that how it happens?
That's exactly the opposite of what happens. I just learned to drive.
No, really?
Well, about a year ago now, I've passed my driving test, so I've been driving myself to places. Like in the first week of the tour, I did 1,100 miles. Wow. Did you know you can drive to Carlisle?
I did.
I was listening to you all the way, actually, Steve. I really enjoyed it, because some of the other stations, I don't like them.
Oh, good.
Very angry. This is very fun.
You're just saying this?
Yes, but I've enjoyed the driving. Go to some wonderful service stations.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one outside Gloucester. It's a dream, Steve.
I was saying the other day, the one I really like is the one in Oxford.
Well, what one is that one?
You can do your shopping there.
Yes, this is one like that.
Yeah,
you can
very
get
late at
ham
night.
And things.
Yeah, ham.
Ham, which I love to get on the road.
And you still can get...
For my performance.
You are what you eat, old friend. But, you know, you can also get sticky beans very late at night.
They're not as sticky as they used to be, though. I think you'll find.
What are you talking about? What are sticky beans?
When I used to do gigs back in the day, you used to be able to go to service areas.
Yeah.
Everything would be gone. They would do you an egg, but they've got the sticky beans left.
Oh, the ones in the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, what a grim thought.
Yeah. Oh, good days, though.
Good, happy days.
Old friend. Now, you can see Tom on his Absolutely tour across the UK from the 1st of February. Good to see you again. We're going to leave you
Thanks
another
for having me.
clip.
Where the flumes had been manufactured rather cheaply during the mid-John Major years. They were made of panels of fiberglass which had been bolted together. And where those panels joined, as you went over them, would cut into your back like knives. But because you've been queuing for so long, you were desperate to have a good time, so you'd be on the flumes going, ow, ow, ow. Oh, it's gone light, we must be over the car park. Ow.
Together now, in no man's land. Together, all together now, all together now, all together now, no man's land. Together now, in no man's land. Together, all together now, all together now, all together,
by now. HuffingtonPost.com in News from the Net says Oscar-nominated Margot Robbie reveals she'd returned to Neighbours. iNews.co.uk, Netflix signs Darren Brown for new series, and TeamRock.com said Led Zeppelin's How the West Was Won to be released or re-released in March. And it's Bobby Pryor.
Steve, thank you. M62 westbound, accident still there between the M1 and Rothwell. Still got 3 lanes shut. Taken about an hour and a half to get through there. People taking all sorts of alternative routes. There's no official diversion and it is open, you can get past. But you can imagine everyone's trying to find the other way around it. So just be aware, it's going to be a slow one. The M4 westbound, breakdown, 34 to 35. Miskin to Pencoed. We've got 1 lane shut. Traffic's coping reasonably well there, though. M42 on the southbound side, breakdown at 6 for Birmingham Airport and Coventry. Still got really heavy delays behind that. And the M11 on the northbound side, there was another car fire between 6 and 7. Very slow from the M25 to Harlow. Still got 1 lane shut because of that. And the M25 busy both ways between 11 Chertsey and 16 for the M40. And then finally to Devon. The A39 at Higher Cleverly, they're still partially blocked, that route, for recovery. So it's still slow. Back with more just after the news with Simon.
Thank you, Bobster.
Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, and the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake, shake it off, Heartbreaker's gonna break, and the faker's gonna fake, baby. I'm just gonna shake, I shake it off, I never miss a beat. I'm lightning on my feet, and that's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. I'm dancing on my own. I'll make the moves up as I go. And that's what they don't know. That's what they don't know. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop grooving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, and the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake it off, Heartbreaker's gonna break, and the faker's gonna fake, baby. I'm just gonna shake, I shake it off, 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 I shake it off.
Hey, just think while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
My ex-man brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my God, but I'm just gonna
Brilliant.
to the fella over there. with
Shake it off,
hella good-
Taylor Swift. Okay, we're out of here. Back tomorrow, though. Simon with Jojo Moyes after the 5 o'clock news. Thank you very much for listening. With us tomorrow, comedian Matt Ford from Unspun, Rob Brydon and chef Melissa Hemsley. Good evening.
At 5 o'clock, this is Lisa Costello. A number of charities are returning money raised at a dinner where women were reportedly groped and harassed. It's emerged that victims of the serial sex attacker John Warboys were told he'd stay in prison for a long time, and a coroner has said a Hampshire man was killed by his pet snake. The fallout from a men-only charity event where women were reportedly groped and sexually harassed is continuing. A number of charities, including Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital, have said they'll return donations from the annual President's Club dinner. One of the organisers of the gala, the businessman David Mellor, has resigned from an advisory role at the Department for Education. The Prime Minister welcomed his decision to stand down. The Archbishop of Canterbury called the reports sickening and horrendous. The Labour MP, Jess Phillips, expressed her outrage in the Commons.
Women were bought as bait for men who are rich men, not a mile from where we stand, as if that is an acceptable behaviour. It is totally unacceptable.
The comedian David Walliams, who hosted the evening, has said he's appalled by the reports but didn't witness the behaviour. The Children and Families Minister, Nadeem Zahawi, has admitted he was at the dinner but said he left early because he was extremely uncomfortable. The Conservative MP, Nadine Dorris, said the event should never happen again.
The problem is with the dinner itself, the fact that there are men who attend those dinners and think it is appropriate. One of the prizes on that dinner was on that brochure was plastic surgery to spice up your wife. It is appalling that that continues, and I support the Minister and her response, and we all have our duty to do to make sure that those dinners don't ever happen again.
BBC News has learned that victims of the serial sex attacker John Warboys were given written assurances about how long he'd be in jail after he was convicted. Many of his victims are angry that Warboys has been approved for release from prison by the parole board after serving less than 10 years. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Danny Shaw.
A senior police officer wrote to John Warboys' victims after he'd been convicted in 2009 of crimes against 12 women. Detective Inspector David Reed said Warboys was unlikely to be charged with further offences, partly because he was expected to get a lengthy sentence. The former London black cab driver was ordered to serve at least 8 years in prison as part of an indeterminate sentence for public protection. A Crown Prosecution Service lawyer, Anthony Connell, told victims that to all intents and purposes it was a sentence of life imprisonment. He set out reasons why Warboys would not automatically be granted parole.
A new inquest into the death of a young soldier at Deepcut Army Barracks in Surrey has been told he was shackled and humiliated. Private Sean Benton, who was 20, was found with 5 bullet wounds to his chest in June 1995. He was the first of 4 soldiers to die at the base over a 7-year period. His sister told Woking Coroner's Court her brother had been forced to parade around the canteen in shackles and was pushed out of a window. The original inquest recorded a verdict of suicide. A coroner has said a man was killed by his 8-foot pet python in his bedroom. Daniel Brandon, who was 31, died from asphyxiation near Basingstoke in Hampshire last August. James Waterhouse reports.
The female African rock python, called Tiny, was just one of the many pets Daniel Brandon had in his room. The inquest heard he kept snakes for 16 years and had 10 of them, as well as 16 tarantulas at the time of his death. His mother Babs told the coroner Tiny was his baby, and he kept the python since she was small enough to fit in his hand. She said she had found her son unconscious in his room one night in August, with the snake out of a pen coiling around him. Pythons kill by wrapping themselves around their prey and squeezing, but they rarely kill humans. The coroner recorded a verdict of misadventure.
Sir Elton John is expected to announce shortly that he'll retire from touring after nearly 50 years. The star, who's 70, will hold a news conference about his future career in the next hour in New York. A video posted on his Twitter page said he was embarking on the next phase of his creative journey. In the city, the 100 index closed down 88 points at 7,643. And the weather, there'll be clear spells tonight with some showers mainly in the north and west. It'll also be less windy. Lows tonight of 5 degrees Celsius in Cardiff, 6 in London, 3 in Belfast and 4 in Edinburgh. Tomorrow, there'll be a mixture of sunny spells and showers for most places with strong winds. BBC News at 5 minutes past 5.
All right, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Steve.
Mayo, Simon Mayo.
Tim Vine chat was very good.
Time's on and we're on our way home.
Well, that's Wednesday done, and it's downhill to the weekend. Thursday tomorrow already. Thursdays are good.
Blowing a hoolie, there's Peter. Diet going famously, there's Ian. I think that's ironic. Muppets everywhere, there's Alan, that's literal.
Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.
Smelly wet dog. Sally's Day in 3 words. I like the smell of a wet dog. Caribbean Cruise Sunday. Is that right? Well, thanks for mentioning that. I'm feeling a lot better about life. When I look, it's drive time here at Radio 2. What have you got there, look? I got some Phil Collins and I'll swap that.